Number 25, also with Diana, our interim city manager, regarding wastewater treatment facility, biosolids disposal.
So you know that this next topic is near and dear to my heart.
Oh, yes.
So we talked about biosolids. So the process of treating wastewater produces concentrated solids or sludge, also referred to as biosolids. So in 2011, staff analyzed different options for biosolid disposal and determined that the preferred method was to haul it to Ostrom Road landfill. It was determined to be the most cost-effective option. It resolved odor and fly issues related to biosolids. Previous practice was to spread the biosolids out at the wastewater treatment facility, let it dry, and then haul it off. And one of my first jobs when I first was hired for Yuba City was to go out and survey the sludge pile, which was a mountain at that time, to determine the volume that needed to be hauled off. So I'd like to prevent from having any other staff members have to do that in the future. So in August of 2011, the city began contracting with Recology to haul biosolids off-site. In December of 2011, City Council authorized a side letter agreement with Recology for the removal. The cost was a flat rate per haul of $769.32. That's in today's dollars. At the time it was approved, it was a less amount. However, the side letter is scheduled to expire September 30th, 2019. So as part of the Solid Waste and Recycling Franchise Services request for proposals processed in November 2017, the city asked respondents to include a proposal for the removal of biosolids. Recology was the only respondent that provided a proposal at $1,225 per haul. The city's consultant continued to negotiate with Recology, and Recology proposed a different rate structure of haul plus disposal, with the cost of $375 per haul, with $450 on Saturdays, and then $35 per ton. With the side letter agreement ending September 30th, staff needs to coordinate a new side letter agreement with Recology for the removal of biosolids. Concurrently, staff is working with West Yost and Associates to evaluate long-term biosolid removal disposal methods, but it's not anticipated that this will be completed until early 2020. So the fiscal impact, you can tell based upon the slides, we're currently paying approximately $769. The cost in terms of what was submitted through the proposal is to go to not only a cost per haul, but also a per tonnage rate. And so this would result in a significant increase in the cost for removal of the biosolids. And this is not currently accounted for in the sewer rates. And so what I'm requesting of council is to authorize the city manager to negotiate a side letter agreement with Recology, Yuba City, for the hauling and disposal of biosolids from the city's wastewater treatment facility. One of the things that I noted in the staff report is there's legislation related to organics in which the Recology is required to address organics entering the landfill. And so they have certain criteria and that they have to meet with certain timeframes. So one of the reasons that the cost for the biosolid removal disposal is going up is not only is it taking longer to haul the biosolids to the landfill just based upon increase in traffic, but they're now also going to have to account for that in terms of their daily loads. Previously, they've been able to use it as daily cover, and they didn't have to account for that. So that's one of the reasons why you're seeing such a large increase in the proposed costs. So with that, I have the recommendation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right. Anybody from the public care to comment on the item? Open that up. Seeing none, we'll close that, bring it back to council for comment or action.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So if I understand the presentation correctly, the city had a chance to negotiate the biosolid rate during the solid waste negotiations, but opted not to do that?
It was part of the RFP process. Recology was the only one to submit a proposal, and through the negotiation process and ultimately in the end, the franchise agreement does not address biosolids.
But there was that opportunity.
There was the opportunity.
Thank you.
And Diane, we don't really know why the other competitors, if you will, did not submit a biosolid proposal.
They would need to take the biosolids to a landfill, And so with Ostrom Road landfill being the nearest landfill, they would be basically paying Recology to accept the biosolids. So in terms of the ability to make a profit on that, I think it would be pretty limited, and because they don't have a landfill nearby.
All right. It's a big deal. So we don't have that accounted for. And so what we're looking for is an increased bottom line with these new regulations and fees. We're looking at an increase to our rates, wastewater rates, probably.
Not necessarily. We'll go through and evaluate it. Also, we recently updated the water master plan. We're in the process of updating the wastewater master plan. All of those are going to have to be factored into the next rate study. And so it's difficult yes, it's an increase in cost, but it's something that's going to have to be evaluated as part of a much larger picture in terms of, all of the elements that go into the rate structure.
Okay. Good. Sir?
Through the mayor, Ms. Langley, you know where I already stand on many of the rates that we charge our customers, and they bear about all that they can bear at current. Saying that, we went through previous presentations, and our water treatment's running 50% debt service is what the base rate's going for, and 30% on the sewer side. So we have a lot of debt service we have to do. I say all that to go back to, we went through with former council members, I'm not referring to my current colleagues, we went through hell for about a year and a half here in the city with that whole solid waste thing. And as you said, this was brought up to the prior city manager and the former council members that this was supposed to be part of that. And this is a huge issue because apparently when you came to the city, you inherited a big pile of, stuff you had to go weigh. Yeah, I thought I'd get a joke. Did you remind and bring to their attention, was this just basically ignored by the prior leadership that's no longer here, that this should have been handled properly before and now we're left to pick up these pieces and deal with this?
So I was not involved in the negotiation process. In terms of the development of the RFP, I did request that the biosolid removal be included in the RFP, which it was. And then throughout the negotiation process, I inquired as to the status of the proposal for biosolid removal. In terms of the decision that was made to not include it in the franchise agreement, I was not part of those discussions. I don't know who was, and so I can't say it was city council, it was city manager, it was the consultant. I wasn't involved, and so I can't speak to how that process occurred. I just know at the end of the day, it wasn't included in the franchise agreement, and so therefore we need to address it through a side letter.
Okay, and my understanding is if we don't do this come September, you're back to a big pile out on the south end of town.
I mean, Recology might be willing to continue to accept it. It's not going to be at the same price, I'm sure, that we're paying today. And so it's in our best interest to negotiate a new side letter.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why this is going up is because of the state throwing the money, charging them.
That's one part of it. You also have longer haul times.
Right. Correct.
More
Yeah.
the gas costs more. All of those factor into it.
Yes.
Comment?
I'll make a motion.
All right, go ahead.
Comments.
Go.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion for the wastewater treatment facility biosolids disposal. Authorize the city manager to negotiate a side letter agreement with Recology, Yuba City for hauling disposal of biosolids from the city's wastewater treatment facility.
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Appreciate that information, Diana.